because she would have trainings and networking events, and she does Mary Kay. You know, she had all this stuff going on. So every single woman I'm connected to in Killeen is because of Shan. And Shan has always been about community. She's been really, really keen on that. And then she shut Beauty Is My Business down. I said, where am I supposed to go? Where me and Nicole supposed to go now? Like, we got to find somewhere else. But one thing I learned from Shan is that you build your own community your way. We have video, places like this, things like that. So thank you, Shan, for showing me what a community looks like. True community. Honest community. Loving community. Miss Shan is the truth teller. So you're not going to get nothing fluffy. You might want some, but you're not going to get it. She's going to tell you like it is, how it's going to be. And then she do this thing with her hand. And then she I'll be like, oh, that was serious. So without further ado, here's our keynote speaker. Oh, man. These accolades, I don't even know how to start. She's on a radio show. Oh, and those locally, we should be on live channel. Marriage Monday with the Kings. Locally here. She is a mother. How many kids you got, Shan? 5 children. Bless your heart. Yes. Man, she's a vet. She's a woman with purpose. Oh, and one of the strongest women who will be vulnerable, who can be vulnerable, here in Killeen. And I vaguely remember you had the circle, the sister. What was it called? Sister to sister. And literally it was a circle of women just talking about different things. So that is one of the reasons why I'm able to do what I do, because I was shy and met Shan. I was shy, I know y'all don't believe me, but I was, and met Shan. So when I called her in March, first of all, she was shocked. She was like, Dre, call me on Marco Polo. And so we talked, and I'm just honored to be able to know you. We don't have to talk every day, but boy, when we get together, we was in Sam's Club parking lot for about 3 hours. My husband's like, I'm still in the car. He's like, yeah. So I'd like to invite my friend, Carol King. Okay, y'all. Now this is gonna be a little different, okay? I am truth teller, so I'm happy that she went ahead and she said it like that. Because after she contacted me in March, which I thank God for that, because she did it decent and in order, you know, not this last minute stuff, because I don't operate like that. I immediately prayed and I said, God, okay, what is it that you want me to speak? Now, I'm going to get into your soul. Okay? Because my words, I recognize that I have a gift and my words are very powerful. I recognize when I speak that God blessed me to get everyone's attention. And so this is what I'm going to ask you to do. If you have a pen at the very back of your planner, please get your planner out and take out your pen, and I need you to number it 1 through 3. It's the reason why I'm asking you this. Then I'll share with you, oh girl, go ahead, we're family. Yeah. So then I'll share with you all why it is that I asked you that. If you do not have a pen and you're not able to write on your paper, use the note in your phone, but I really would prefer this. And so this is what I asked. Let me know when you're ready, because I need everybody to pay attention to their own paper, okay? Their own paper. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Everybody good? Share pens and everything like that. This is what I need you to do, and we'll take about a minute to do it because I am a keeper of time, and so I'm going to be respectful to the time that they gave me. Write down, answer this question, the top 3 things that come to your mind. Who am I? The top 3 things that come to your mind. Who am I? Because you know it's hard for us to talk about ourselves. So who am I? What I need you not to do is look at your neighbor's paper. Because then I'm going to have to tell you to put nosy in number 1. So, who am I? Now she keep real. Oh, y'all need some pants over here. This is like church pants around the office like. Now I will warn y'all. I did grow up in a church, under the church, and if y'all don't believe me, my sister's right there. She's been with me. I'm 2 years older, so she can let you know. So I do know the Lord. But when I talk, I'm gonna keep it real, okay? Because that's what Dre said that I'm able to do, and that's what God gave me. So God gave me. Who am I? And it took everything that was in me to be able to sit here. I was closing my eyes. I was stomping my feet. I was shaking. I was saying, my God, because you all spoke of the things that God gave me to speak about on today. Now, this is what I'm going to say now. Before y'all get an attitude with me, you don't like me, right? I am speaking as a radio personality for Marriage Mondays with the Kings on KRGN 98.5 FM. They do know who I am and how I am and me being inspirational. With that being said, whoever your spiritual calling, being, higher calling, that's why I need you to connect with while I'm talking, okay? If you believe in Buddha, if you believe in Allah, you talk to the ancestors, the universe, I'm going to say God. So when I say God, you interject whoever your being is, and that's how we're going to do. Because see, what we do as a people is we get upset when the truth is being spoken. And when I speak, you're going to probably feel some things here and here. Those are going to be the two places. And what we do is we get mad at the person that's speaking instead of checking what's going on inside of us. Okay? They already know me, so we're going to keep it real. So, if I was a betting woman, I would say what you probably wrote down with your 3 things, and we're not going to go around the room and share. That's for you to, the country's coming out. I can hear it because I'm comfortable. But you probably wrote down titles. Let me go ahead, sure. I probably went, oh, yeah, I'm a counselor. I am a counselor. I'm a radio personality. I'm a mother. I'm an author. You probably wrote all that down. That's cool. Because you know what we do as women? We put that mask on. Now, I'm not trying to diminish anybody's titles, and you'll probably hear some of mine going forth, one being evangelist. That's what I'm going to talk about God, because that's one of them as well. But we will put on different masks. Oh, okay, this is what this person needs me to do. Let me put on this wife mask. Oh, my kids need me at the game to shout hard side school and act a fool. Let me put on that mask. We put on all these different masks, but we don't know who we are. Now, let me start and take it back. I don't know y'all's business, and I say that a lot on my Marriage Mornings with Queen video log. I don't know your business and what you've been through, but I'm sure I can guess. So when I do, you ain't got to say anything. Just write. That's why I said connect to your high being. Whatever God gives you, you write it down on your piece of paper, okay? Now, growing up in our childhood, if you all had mom and dad in your home, they raised you, you had dad that poured into you and told you you're a princess, you're a queen. Don't let these young men treat you like this, that, and the other. You're beautiful. If you had your mom who was nurturing, and she was saying, baby, you're a princess. When you grow up, I'm going to teach you and pour into you all the things that you need to know so a man won't treat you like anything. You're going to know your worth. Let me tell you right now, you're blessed. If you had that. Because a lot of us didn't. Okay? Now, a lot of us had abuse. We had verbal abuse. We was raised in poverty. We had sexual abuse. We had mental abuse. And that is what we start using to create the identity of who we are. Okay? And so when some of us even were the oldest, how many of y'all are the oldest? Okay, you ain't got to tell yourself. I'm just saying, I'm the oldest of 5 children. And you couldn't even be a child. Why? Because you had to help raise the other kids. You couldn't go to prom. You couldn't do sleepover. You couldn't do none of that. So I know I used to think as a child and say it because, my people old school country. But I was like, I had these kids. Why I got to be here taking care of these kids? So you become a mother or a father at an early age. And you believe that's my identity. That's who I am. You see what I'm saying? And so you go on. Son was raised in a church. We've talked about that. So you have to be in this pretty little role. But when you had questions, if we can keep it real, somebody, you couldn't ask nobody. Because the older folks used to tell you, and some of y'all may remember, don't question God's Bible. Don't question the word. And see, my little smart behind who was wise beyond my years was like, I'm not questioning God. I'm questioning you about God. I need to know what's going on. So we continue to go on. And I'm going to kind of try to journey just a little bit. Once we get into that teenage stage where our tail starts stinking and can't nobody tell us nothing, and we know that we're cute and everything like that, or maybe we don't know that we're cute, we waiting on a boy or whomever to tell us we're cute, we wear these labels. And so I remember a particular label of my own. I happened to be a teenage mom who got pregnant at the age of 17. I remember sitting in church with a big belly, and the pastor was on the pulpit preaching about these fast-tailed girls. And so that's another label that I took on. I'm a fast-tailed girl. I got shame in me because I got pregnant at the age of 17. And so as we go on in life with these labels, no one ever stops to ask the question, why are you out here sleeping with these guys? And oh, trust me, we got to talk about them in a minute. Why are you out here sleeping with these guys? Especially when you don't have somebody to pour into you and tell you who you are. Now, they'll tell us whose we are. I know I'm a child of the Most High God, baby, but I never knew who I was. Some of us never had that home modeled of that mom and that dad who had that amazing marriage and they loved each other. And even when things were hard and you probably didn't have two nipples to rub together, some of us didn't have that. So we run after what we think is love. With our titles. Let me go ahead and move on to what we think is love. I'm going to talk about some men. I'm not talking about y'all in the room. I didn't know y'all was going to do it right. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about these men, right? We don't know who we are. I ain't talking about y'all, though. Not y'all. Bless your heart. That's what they say in the country we from. So, we're going to talk about Tom, Dick, and Harold. That's what we're going to talk about for just a minute. When we don't know who we are. Tom started giving us a little attention, right? And he was telling us he was cute and everything. And we like, wow, I'm cute. I know it's cute. Nobody ever told me that. And Tom started speaking all these nice things to us. And he started, oh, okay, I'm cute. Okay, let me put that label on. Okay. And then Tom started wanting to be with us all the time. Okay, this is cute. I got me a little boyfriend and everything. You know, I'm like 17, 18 years old. He's telling me I'm cute. We talking on the phone all the time and stuff like this. But as time go along with Tom's starting to get a little leeching. And see, we out here working. And I ain't trying to tell nobody business so y'all don't get y'all facial expressions away when we're talking about these men, okay? But we out here working and grinding and doing and going to college and whatever we're doing. And we notice that Tom is spending a lot of time in our spot, in our house, in our apartment, in our whatever. Because Tom acting like he our man and he done moved on in, right? But Tom ain't got no job. Tom dropping us off at work. Talking about I'll come back and pick you up later. In your car. Okay? And we think, okay, that's cute, because guess what they teach us? I don't know if y'all grew up in the hood, but we did. But they, hold your man down. So I'm holding you down, boo, until you get a job. Because, see, I don't know who I am. And because I don't know who I am, next thing I know, I'm getting on time. You gonna get up and get a job? You gonna go to work? No, I don't think I want you to drop me off anymore. You know what I'm saying? Tom, what are we doing here? And guess what? We start becoming Tom's mama. Because we don't know who we are. We at first was holding Tom down, but now all of a sudden, we became Tom's mama because we feeding Tom driving our car. Tom is sleeping while we working. Some of us women get caught up in that, and some of y'all probably had a Tom too. So we got tired of Tom, and Tom gotta go, okay? So we like, new me, new year, all this little stuff we be lying to ourselves if we keep it real. And we moved on to Dick. Oh, yes, we did. And see, let me tell you about Dick. Dick wasn't like Tom. And Dick made us feel good. He did. No disrespect if y'all got some little kids up here, y'all read between the lines. I'm saying I know this is going to go online, but I do know the Lord. But Dick made us feel good. Let's keep it real. And And we like, well, you know, he's not like Tom. He come around every now and then. But what we noticed about Dick is Dick didn't just belong to us. Dick was making everybody in the community feel good. Okay? He was community. He belonged to everybody. I told y'all, I know the Lord, but I'm going to keep it real because I got to go somewhere, okay? See, y'all don't have people that talk like this and tell the real no because then, you know, I get offended by what they say. People gonna get offended. I gave y'all the warning. So Dick is a community man. And what we find out while we at the grocery store is not only is Dick with us, but Dick with her, and the sisters over there too. And see, because we don't know who we are. Let me tell you what we do as women, because some of y'all probably did it. We start fighting with the other woman. Because we don't know who we are. This is my man. I'ma hold him down. Oh, Dick made me feel good. He do some things that ain't nobody else ever did to me. Oh, baby, you can't have my man. And all the women are fighting each other because we don't know our worth and who we are. We fighting over the man named Dick. That's what we fighting over. And then what ends up happening is some even fall into a depressive state. I'm not good enough. Why was I not good enough for him? And what we do is we say, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. I can still sleep with him. He can still sleep with her, and the sisters over there too. It's going to be all right. Because I'd rather have a piece of a man than no man. Jesus. Who am I talking to? I know I ain't lying up in here, and I'm going to say, let the church say amen. I rest. But anyway, but let's be real about it. You see what I'm saying? So then we come to a place where we're getting tired of it. We're tired of going to the clinic. We're tired of being embarrassed. I've seen it all. I've been in the medical field since I was 19 years old. I'm 41 now. I know I don't look like it. And we say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to chill for a minute. I'm going to chill for a minute. I'm going to get to know who I am. We probably got, 2 or 3 kids by then. No disrespect. I mean, I got a couple. There's 2, so whatever. And then we meet Harry. Now, let me tell you about this fine Harry. Harry's different, okay? Harry's older. He wasn't like Tom, and he wasn't like Dick. Let me tell you, Harry had us dressed to the nines. You hear me? Hair laid. He said, you know what, baby? Let me go ahead. I got this function coming up. And y'all don't be asking me who Harry is, because I feel y'all in the spirits. I got this function. No, he ain't. Put your hand down, Phoenix. So, Harry is saying, I got this function coming up on my job, because, he making well over 6 figures, and he's like, baby, I want you to escort me. And you're like, okay, because we still don't know who we are, right? And he's like, I want you to be dressed from head to toe. Go get your massage while you're at it, and here's my black card. So you know what we do? We call it, yes, girl! Girl, yes! God finally brought me my man. You know how people be lying on God? God brought me my man. Okay? Girl, I think we gonna get married. Y'all only been dating 60 days. Okay? So, we still don't know who we are, but we planning our future wedding, because that's what we do. And he comes and he say, baby, I don't want you driving that 1997 Honda anymore. So he pulls up to your job with a nice Lexus with a bow on it, because this is what my baby deserved to drive. So for 6 months, everything going good, and we thinking Harry's the one. 6 months, girl. And God didn't answer my prayer, okay? Look, I'm sorry, prayer. I know how to speak, but the country's coming out. So God didn't answer my prayer. But then, about 9 months, things start to take a shift. And when I go out with my sister, I'm just going to use the example, she in the room.
She's always using
But when I go out with my sister, and he calls and says, well, baby, I was just wondering, did you make it safely? And you say, well, baby, I did. I'm sorry. Me and my sister got to talking. We got down here in Austin and San Marcos and stuff, and we got to shopping. I forgot to call you. But we should be done, and I should be back in 2 hours. But you keep going because y'all done went, got a massage and everything like that. And Harry blowing up your phone and saying, where are you at? I've been tracking your phone. You said you was here, but now you're here. And what we find ourselves being in, something that looks so nice, is an abusive situation. but we still don't know who we are. And so, who am I? We put on the titles, that's what I call them, because we think that our purpose is connected to our title. Some titles we have is for a season. We were assistant pastors, you know what I'm saying? Some titles are connected to your purpose. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, who am I? Baby, I could put on the makeup with the best of them, you hear me? I could walk around with the best of them. I can drive the best of the vehicles, but who am I? And then after you take some time and ask yourself, who am I? Then ask yourself, what is my God-given purpose? What am I on this earth to do? What did God call me to do? Because so often, if we be honest, and I'm just going to be honest, we get so wrapped up in a man. We get so wrapped up in a position at church. We get so wrapped up in a community. Dre and told you, me and my husband was running from east to west. But we never stop and take time and ask ourselves, who am I? Now, some of us hit that golden age of 40. For me, that was last year. And I remember at that time, I was 19 years, coming up on 20 years of marriage. And I was like, what I was trying to do in my marriage is be that perfect wife. I didn't even know what that, well, I didn't know what it looked like. You know, we had grandparents married over 50 years, but I didn't know what that looked like. But I was trying to be that perfect wife. I was going to the military balls looking cute. I made sure every time I went to hubby's job, I was looking cute. He liked this, he liked that, even though I do got a good man, don't get it twisted, howsoever. I didn't know who I was. I could talk to people with an issue that they had in their lives, and I didn't even know who I was. And then I started to question God, why is it that I can help everybody else? And see, let me tell you something that I know, and some of you all even know here. 2 years ago, actually, this month, 2 years ago, next month, I was ripping and running so much where God said, oh, you ain't got time for me? Okay, you don't want to sit down and find out who you are so you can be who I called you to be? Okay, house on fire. And see, a lot of people like to say, well, that's because the devil's busy and da-da-da-da-da. Everything is not always the devil. A lot of the times because we don't know who we are. If we can accept responsibility, God will set us down. And so I couldn't do nothing but look back and say, you know what, God? Nobody died. We lost stuff, but stuff is stuff. You see what I'm saying? Well, all the while God was saying, I know you're doing what I called you to do, but you in overdrive, you need to sit down. My balance was out of whack. So just like sis said, self-care. Self-care. Oh, I got to go get my hair done, get my nails done. That's cute. It is. But sometimes we have to stop and we have to connect with who we are. We have to make sure that we are operating in our purpose. Because I don't know if y'all looked at it, and my sister, she can tell you, I no longer take on anybody's problems. I no longer take on an assignment that is not for me. Because like that meme said on Facebook, that's how we get drained. And I ain't got no problem going to God and say, because as I talk, God, is this what's supposed to be me? What am I supposed to do? Like today, y'all might not be my assignment. I'm supposed to be here to drop some seed into you, and I hope and pray that when you leave here, you say, you know what? I need to find out who I am. I don't care if you're 17, 31, 56, or 70. Who are you? Because one thing I know, when I turned 40, I said, wait a minute. I probably got half my life to go. I can't deal with no foolishness. So now that we are where we are, sometimes we'll have our people, and I'm just going to be honest. Me and my sister had these conversations all the time. I hate to keep bringing it up, but I'm telling you, that's the one right there I'm going to. So you have sometimes even people who knew you, like I said some years ago, that they'll try to pull you back to who you were when you find out who you are. They will try to come in your face aggressively and try to, well, the old Shan will react like that. But the new Shan be sitting up like, I ain't got time for this energy. Oh, you want to be mad? Oh, you want to talk about the chick that was pregnant sitting in the church or whatever? This joker 23 years old now. What are we talking about here? And see, sometimes because we want to remain in the good graces of everybody else, we don't realize, as sis was saying, and that's why I promise you, I'm not just making this up. I got to write down on the paper. I said they speaking my speech. But we don't understand that we are in a toxic environment. I know for the king's household, you know the scripture says, for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Guess what else we're going to do in the king's household? You ain't bringing your drama up in my house. If it's not anything, when you've worked so hard to get to who you are and whose you are, and you know your purpose, for the ones that you want to continue to stay where you at, baby, my motto is I pray for you because prayers are free. But what I'm not going to do is go back there with you. So my question today to each and every one of you, male or female, I mean, they heard the speech. Who are you? Who am I? Do you know who you are? I mean, some don't give me, when I was below 40, baby, I knew everything. You couldn't tell me nothing till that good old 40 hit me. And I was like, okay, I'm getting up out this bed. My bones are creaking. I can't even wear the heels like I want to anymore sometimes. I got to let them rest, but I got them on the day. You see what I'm saying? Well, who am I? Who am I? Have y'all ever taken the time to just pull back from everything? Now, when I think about this, like I said, y'all how I've been, but when I think about this, I think about in the New Testament, and I say this all the time, when it comes to Jesus. What did Jesus do? He was kicking it with the disciples, but every now and then, no, I'm about to go up on this mountain right here. I'm about to have some time, but we can't go with you, though. Y'all can't go. Y'all can't go. See, the problem is when we don't know who we are, we get jealous of other people. When I don't know who I am, I'm over here tripping about Cass and his pretty hair and his makeup that's slam. You see what I'm saying? People who don't know who they are, you always got your mouth on somebody else. Can I be real, somebody? You always got your mouth on somebody else. Because let me tell you what I know. When you find out who you are, you ain't got time to be talking about anybody else. Because when you find out who you are and that purpose is connected, you see what I'm saying? You're moving and shaking. What you say, God? Go to UMHB. You know they're expensive, right? Okay, you got this? Okay, I'm going. You ain't got time. It was somebody just told me, I ain't seen you in a long time. Because guess what? God said, bring it back. We got to pull you back. You and your husband in the cancer program? We sure was. What is your purpose? Some of us have to be surrounded by people, whether it be a man in our bed that shouldn't be, or somebody else's man in our bed that should be. Anyway, or our toxic family members. I love family. Don't get me wrong. I do. But guess what I can't do no more for the sake of myself? I cannot deal with toxicity. No. So if you want to stay there, I love you and I will pray for you. But this is what we're not going to do over here. Is somebody in here, and probably several somebody's where God's and told you, cut that joker off. Because what you're doing is you allowing that season to last a lifetime. And you hurting yourself. And they may even get mad at you because they don't know who they are. But do you know who you are? So when I sat up and I seen this, where did I go? I said, I be dog. Where did I go? And God gave me, who am I? Because guess what? You will often ask yourself this question, where did I go, when you don't know who you are? Okay? So what I encourage you to do on the day, even if you got to take some time and fall back from some folks, get off of social media, because baby, I do that in a heartbeat. I know y'all love watching Marriage More Than Queen, but guess what? I'm about to be off for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Separate yourself. If you married, tell your spouse, baby, I got to fall back for a little bit. I love you, but I got to work on me. Because what I know is when you start working on the best you, God is going to surround you with positive people. He's going to surround you with people that's going to be on your path with your purpose with you. And so them jokers that you had to let go of, they going to be mad. Let them be mad. But what God showed me is somebody got to be the example. So I just encourage you. I thank Drake for this time, being obedient to God. But I encourage you, find out who you are so that way you can get connected with your purpose. Because when you do, it'll open up so much. And instead of me judging somebody else like everybody be doing on social media nowadays, trying to tell people how to live their best life and they don't even know how to live their own. Come on, somebody. Then I can open up my mindset to say, okay, sis, what is Reiki? Reiki. There you go, boo. We done had a whole conversation in my house. Teach me, what is that? We can start seeing people's different perspectives, their journey, and their struggles, and we could learn a lot if we stop limiting people because we don't know who we are. I don't get offended if I don't know. You know, when I know who I am, I don't get offended by what somebody else do. Because God might have called them to do something different than he called me to do.
Yeah.
We all don't have the same journey. So please, understand the labels is cute, but I need us to go deeper. Who are we? Okay? So I pray that when you get back to your prospective places, you have some time out with God, and you ask yourself, who am I? And start working on who that person is, despite who may or may not like it. All right? So, thank you. All right, Shannon.
I heard all the country. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate that message. Who am I? Man. I don't got much written down over there, but that'll be my assignment. I'll let you know how that goes.
Okay.